The governor was already informed. So, what happened? The governor now made a statement. Yeah, I think they're mad at me because I'm not giving any revolutionary taxation to them. And you know why? The next day, he was ambushed in the city proper. He was just lucky. He was just lucky. A twist of fate. So, he was ambushed already in the city proper. I then talked to the PNP. Try to incite him to take actions with me. So, jointly, partnership namin. Alam mo, sabi ko, kahiyan sa atin to. We were not able to protect the governor. Sabi ko sa kanya. Lalo na ikaw, because you are in the city. Hindi natin na-protektahan yung governor. So, kahiyan na sa atin to. We must do something. Buo ka ng puwersa po yung raid namin yung raid namin yung mga NDF headquarters. Tama-tama, mabilis na aksyon. Nagsusunog sila ng mga dokumento, lahat ng daw. Kaso. Talagang yun, raid na headquarters. And we were lucky. Yung mga combat operations din namin. So, after that incident, the regional spokesperson of Bohol published in the newspapers, in the local papers. According to certain media man, he was summoned, pinadala dun sa itaas to interview the commander. We ambushed the governor. We just want to give a lesson to the governor. Kasi pumalpak yung assassination attempt. We just want to teach the governor a lesson. Wala namang intention talaga na patayin. Pipilayan lang ng Pinakahirap na kalaban sa Sundalo is boredom. So keep them So halimbawa, 1 day, 2 days operation, first platoon, second platoon, naka-backup, third platoon, reserve, fourth platoon, arinar o whatnot. So palaging yan. Pag napa-encounter yan, nandiyan kaagad yung isa. So kung di naman, apat na. Pag kasi, yung point target, kalimitan na ginagawa is point target. Kahit na sa ranger nga, point target. Paisa-isa. Pero yung ginawa na yung Rigo doon, naging very effective na tayo sa Rigo doon because walang di ba? You will notice. Kaysa yung mga nauna na, you take a longer period of operations, hindi makagip. Kasi nagsa-side type ang kalaban. But you apply the Rigo type of doon tumatama na tayo ng marami ng encounters. Because, nawala sila ng maneuver space. Yung maneuver space. Ngayon, kung alam mo ngayon yung alam mo ngayon yung area mo, kaya yung mga influence, infiltrated, kailangan alam mo yon. Because, the moment may sightings ka rito, titingnan mo lang kaagad yan. Nandito ngayon. Kung pupuntahan ko ito, saan pupunta? Ito, kanila, ito, kanila, ito, kanila. So, bago ka pupunta dyan, papwestuhan mo yan in between. Para pag sundot mo, kung mag-side step, ingat ka lang na mag-side, baka ma-ambush ka na. So, yung force mo rin, medyo tama-tama rin. So, ang ginagawa ko doon, nagpapadala ako ng uniform to. Sa halimbawa, one section ng lalakad. Ang one squad, naka-uniforme. Ang one squad, naka-komando. Ang naka-uniforme, dadaan sa barangayan. Ang naka-komando, nandito sa taas. So, supporting distance lang yan. So, ganun ang pag napa-engage yung isa, nandiyan na kagad. Pero may uniform yung dala yan. The moment may encounter, full uniform na lahat yan. Full uniform na kagad yan. Yun, the first order of the day, after magpa-engage ng uniform na yan, because pagdating ng enforcement, pare-pareho na kayo lahat. Yun ang isang dyan. So, ano nangyari nung nakakomando yung isang squad? Tanungin mo yung sa mga SF na nakakomando yung isang squad. Armas, ganun din ang armas. Assorted sa yung komando mo. Kaya may carbine, may Thompson, may shotgun, M16, M14, iba-iba. Kasi komando Kasi kung pareho mong M16 ng mga yan, kita na, military talaga ito. Kasi nakakumbat boots pa. So, kailangan should be attired properly. Kaya kailangan pag komando ng mo, kailangan pati mga suot nila ng kaya yung buhok na depende sa mo yan. Titignan mo. Kasi they should be acting like and then, pag-aralan nila kung magkomando ng na marunong magsalita ng the common lingo ng baka mangyayari ito sa Quezon yata na biglang Sarge, ay nakakomando sila. Kailang training yun. Kaya yung military, parang lang, magsimo sa mga barangay pagdaan. Kumusta kayo ng yan sa taas yung yan. Kasi pag mahit mo yung barangay, lilihis yan, ayaw lang madama yung mga sibilyan, lilihis yung yan. Nahagip. So ganyan ang nangyari. Nung bihira yung marunong magsalita. Kaya hawak-hawak yung baril. Yung baril lang ang puna, pag hindi naman babarilin na lang nila. So, kailangan turuan magsalita. So, kayo ngayon ang mag-aro kasi mga degree holder kayo. Karamihan ng sundalo natin, high school graduate, kung hindi pa na-train, from the barbariotic community pa na, no? So, yun ang nagbabackstop. So, pag kulang yung paliwanag ng sundalo, sila kagad sumasalo kasi ganito. And then, magandang check yun Checks and balance ko, sir. Pag kasi wala akong ginagawa pagkahapon tatawag ka, meron akong cellphone number lahat ng mga SOT operators, yung barangay, operators. Tawag ka agad ako, kumusta ka dyan? Sir, maganda rito sa kumusta? Anong ginagawa ng sundalo? Sir, kasalukuyan po, nagbabaraha sila ng ganon. Thank you, tawagan ko agad yung team leader. Kumusta ka dyan? Sir, kasalukuyan, di tawagan ko, kumusta ka dyan? The people, your soldiers, the people, and of course, particularly the rebel returnees. These are the most important ingredients that you could tap. But firstly, looking at the intelligence side. Now, example, of course, our intelligence people have been doing their thing. Exploiting, gather information, the usual process of the intelligence cycle. So, okay, there's it. But in my case, of course, I develop also my own network. This is one way of evaluating the information provided to you by your intelligence people. At the same time, you're more credible to liaison or to develop assets because, firstly, you have the advantage, you have the resources, you have the command, you have the authority, and credibility-wise, you are more credible because you are the commander. So, but we were able to penetrate the organization using these regulators. And how are you going to do it? Now, in my case, what I did after undergoing the process of tactical interrogation by the intelligence people, then I just allowed the intelligence people to utilize them. How do they intend to do it? So, giving them some guidance. But in the process, I tried to befriend those rebel returnees. So, how did I did it? It's very simple. Treat them as an individuals. When you talk to them very casually, just like you're one of them, and then try to win their sympathy by just asking how was life in the service, down to earth questions on how is life in the other side, and you'll find out that their interest is there. Without them knowing it, you have made your search. I have made research on the tactical interrogation report, and knowing their positions in the underground organization, whether they are an armed group, NDF, or whatnot, then you can predict already what was the work they was undertaking while he was in the organization. Say, for example, he's a member of the group Munting Pag-Organisa. At the same time, he's also a member of the squad. So, as a military man, or as a warrior, he is a member of the squad, but as a political organizer, or as a group Munting Pag-Organisa, or political organizer also, who is handling political organizations. So from there, you could already, if you will cooperate, you will now be able to give you the exact locations of what barangay, whose people are they talking with, etc., etc. So you plot that, you provide now a template. So this guy is operating in this area. To try to provide now, to draw down this, place this in the picture, in the map, you provide now a template. And later on, you can have now your mobility corridors. By pinpointing now your mobility corridors, then you can see for yourself the pattern of movements. By analyzing the various dates, schedules of movements, timing of the movement of these people, based on revelations, based on intelligence report, and you can pinpoint already. You can approximate at least, let's say for a period from 1 to 31, from 1 to 15. For example, they're going westward, and then you ask, why are they going westward? Because they are collecting from their mass base the necessary support. Then after, say, 16 to 30, they're going back now to this particular. So, for example, 1 to 15, they're moving towards the north, and then after that, 16 to 30, they're going towards the south. So, you have to ask why, and who are the people that they are trying to visit. And these particular individuals, kaya di ba? Oh, yun ang yung bottom line. You have to win the hearts and minds. Anybody who has the mass base support wins. Yun ang, that is the rule talaga na dyan. Ang pinaglabanan naman hindi yung masa. Masa ang pinaglabanan. You should have a better ideology, a better practice, baka practices lahat, better government, better system lahat. Ano. Siyempre the best. Kaya kailangan best ang approach mo ng ano dyan. Di ba? Oh. Yung palaging tandaan nyo, the principle of population support, whether conventional or conventional, comes in. The principle of population support. And the 10th principle of war is the principle of population support. Winning the mass base. Yun ang isang ano dyan. But how do we win them? Nasa sayo yun. Marami at maraming paraan. Pero ang sabi nga dyan, everybody has a price. Everybody has a price. Ibig sabihin, ano yan, marami tagang paraan. Sige nga, paano mo pero merong katumbas yan. So, maaaring utang na loob, kaibigan ng kaibigan. When I tell you, nung nasa Bataan din kami noon, when we were lieutenants ni General Paparan, ang hirap ng ano doon. Mag-recruit ka lang na, maniwala ka, 2 municipalities, dumating ako doon. They only have about 10 kapgus. 2 municipality. Ang tampung tao lang. And in the process, pinatay yung isa, withdraw yung 5. Ang dinatan ko, 3 na lang. Pinatay pa nung the day after na take over ako, kinabukasan pag dalaw ko, pinatay pa. Natira na lang 2. Pero, ang tanong ngayon, paano mo naka-recruit ng kapgus after that? Ano? Kaya nga, kailangan na naman yung style. It is a research process, kailangan talagang sincerity purpose, at saka, yun na nga, example. Strategy, how you will win. Kaya pinag-aralan niya, research work yan. Research work yan. Kaya hindi pwedeng iasa mo lang sa yan. Iasa mo lang sa mga. Kaya ako, meron akong papel nung araw na isang kartulina lang yan. Nung Deputy Brigade Commander ako, meron akong kartulina. Pero bawat barangay dyan nakasulat doon sa isang municipality lang yan. Isang kartulina yan. Nakasulat yung mga yan. Every time may kausap ako, at nag-digitalize ako, there was one instance that for 15 days, I was able to recover 20 firearms while as deputy. 20 firearms, sa loob lang ako ng Brigade Headquarters. Ang ginagamit ko lang yung mga ko doon ng So, ganun lang. At saka style ng Ang ginawa ko dyan, yung kinausap ko yung police. Example sa Marus Farms. Yun naman kasi, mahod tayong masyadong yung sa amin sa Bisaya pa, yung mga Dahil yung mga loose firearms, sa barangay maraming loose firearms yan. So, paano mo i-campaign yan? Ganito na lang gagawin natin. Kailangan natin ng protection sa ating community. So, kailangan ganito na lang. Ang gagawin na lang natin sa lahat ng mga loose firearms. Na-obserbahan ko na parang it appears na very antagonistic yung mga civilians sa military because of the past experiences. Pangalawa, hindi lang siguro antagonistic because when the military is being confronted with criticism or issues by the civilians, naging parang we feel offended yung iba or parang na-antagonize tayo. So, I reverse the process. So, example, during the PPOC meeting, I made a point na ako talaga mag-attend. Hindi ako nagpapatay ng iba. Ako talaga. And then, research. Kailangan preparation. Anong ipipresent mo? PowerPoint presentation. At saka mag-research ka talaga. Mag-prepare ka. So, when you present, halimbawa, nag-present ka, there will be questions. So, you should be thankful. Kailangan medyo maganda ang reception mo. Or kung may criticisms man, ang approach mo is hindi confrontational. Halimbawa, yung mga military to, mayroong abuso na ginagawa sa sabi na, pwede kong malaman kung sinong niya. Sabi niya, maraming salamat ho, Mr. Sonso. I'm very thankful na pinapaabot nyo sa hindi namin tinotolerate yan. And rest assured na yung complaint mo or issue mo, sasagutin ko. Sa ngayon, hindi ko pa masagot ng ngayon because I don't have the information yet. But rest assured na I will give you first-hand information about this and I will present to the body what happened. So, pending agenda mo na yan para sa next meeting, next month. So, paglabas, kinuha mo na yung cell number ngayon ng concerned individual. And then, research mo, sino ba siya? Pag nalaman mo ngayon na nalaman mo ngayon kung anong background niya, and then, alamin mo kung anong issue naman. So, from there, pag nakuha ko na yan, kinabukasan, tatawagan ko na yan. I'll call him or her, and then invite ko ng breakfast. Taya ko, extra gastos, extra effort na yan, taya ko yan. But I assure you, after that breakfast meeting, magkaibigan na kami. Hindi ako naging confrontational So I thank him. Thank you very much for the information you've given yesterday. So you have credit to the governor, number one. Kami part lang talaga ito admit. You have to credit the governor for his developmental efforts, for everything that is done for Bohol. Talagang ako sa lahat ng mga in my association, my 57 years in this world, yun lang nakita kong local official na from sunrise to sunset halos puro trabaho ang iniisip yan. Napakalaking respeto ko yung time management ng ano niya. So, para kami may mutual admiration club ng ano doon, na talagang makita rin naman yung sincerity ng ano. Kaya every time kasi nung una hindi pa namin medyo gama yung sitwasyon nung una, basta anywhere he goes, basta sa area, mga critical areas, ako palaging undigo ako. Meron nakatimbre na sa mga security na saan pupunta si Gob, ganito, ganyan. Lalo nang after nung ambush siya. So, nakaano na kaagad yan. Palagay ka na area security. Kahit noong panahon ng eleksyon. There was one time, may nakwis pa ako ng eleksyon. Sabi ko, bakit? Gusto mo natin pa-ambush ng local official? Sabi ko, not for that. Kahit na-questionin ako ng mga kalaban niya, gusto niya mag-request kayo ng military, secure namin kayo. Sabi ko, anong sasabihin ng ordinary civilians kung hindi natin kayang maproteksyonan yung mga local officials? How much more for them? Kung hindi natin maproteksyonan ang sarili natin. The Peace and Order Council. Palagi yun ang focal point. Yun ang focal point ng ano nyo na all activities, halimbawa, when you plan on an activity, halimbawa, civic action for next month, ganito ang date, will be at certain barangay. So, yun ang ano doon. So, itong mga efforts ngayon, alam mo na rin yung mga trabaho ng mga ibang ano yan. DSWD. So, pagka doon ang Peace and Order Council sa isang barangay, alam na namin, ako, for one, alam ko na yun, I have to provide necessary route security, I have to provide this necessary route security, area security, so on yun, so on and so forth. Then, provide the necessary assistance. So, example na lang, yung mga school buildings, so minsan kulang man. So, mag-erect ka ng mga tent, na pwedeng silungan nila kasi meron na tayong mga tents na ano dyan. So, over and above that, meron tayong mga low-res na rin na kung minsan kailangan tubig, kung walang tubig na ano. So, all these things, coordinate mo rin sa engineers, na merong mga fire truck na ano doon, kapara yung mga tao naman na galing pa sa kung saan, maputik-putik pa, merong mapugas ng kama pa. So, lahat yun, and then of course, na-coordinate mo na yun. Nakakalibre yung mga sundalo namin na pagkain noon because, of course, over and above, meron pang piniprepare yung mga merenda, yung mga ano. May piniprepare ng merenda yung iba-ibang sektor. So may kanya-kanyang multitasking yung mga ano, kanya-kanyang role to play. Yung poverty reduction program, ito yung, kung titingnan mo itong ano, centerpiece, ito yung ano bang pinaka-cause ng ano rito? Bakit nagkaroon ng insurgency sa isa? Isa lang ano lang yung problema sa insurgency. But if you have to trace it all, pinaka-centerpiece is poverty. Kaya nga sabi nga nila, bakit nagkakaroon ng insurgency because of the PD11, poverty, disease, ignorance, injustice. PD11 ang ano yan. Ang good word na PD11, poverty, disease. So, looking at it is poverty. Ang pinaka-centerpiece. So, yun ang pinili ngayon. And in addressing this, merong various programs ng inado dito. Na involved dito yung merong primary operator or the main operator. Now, dito, biniligan natin itong because peace and order. The PNP and the military. Dito lang tayo. But we have a role to play na pwede tayong i-support dito. Paano? Kung mag-undertake silang activity, ano bang pwede natin lalagyan ng security para di ko do the job unhampered. So, yan. Now, all the efforts should be coordinated also. Alam niyo rin, in such a way, example, nung bago pa kami, pumunta kami sa isang area. Nag-link up ako sa trupa. And may nagmi-meeting doon sa isang maraming tao. Parang nag-conduct ng teach-in. Pumulong yung bata ko ng isa, sir. Merong nagpupulong doon ng i-check nyo. Only to found that it is a government agency undertaking their activities in that particular barangay. So, example lang yun. Had it been coordinated earlier, so hindi kami magdududa. Sila, nung pumunta rin ng mga medyo natatakot din. Kailangan medyo marunong ka rin sumagap ng chismes. So, we're able to link up with their families. Yung asawa, because isang hanapin mo ngayon is yung information, sino ba yung mga NPA sa lugar? Asawa. So, yung lalaki nasa bundok, yung pamilya nasa barangay. At doon sa Bohol, na doon yung family ties, very strong. Sa family ties, kailangan ang ganito ang ang arrangement ng diyan. If you'd like to talk to the husband, pastor your wife. Kung meron kang kailangan sa husband, sa wife ka dumaan. But kung may kailangan ka naman sa wife, pastor the daughter, sons, gano'n ang ano. So, ganyan ang ruta. Kung sa wife ka, ano. But so, yung mga story nga, yung mga bulanon, Andres, under Desaya, sabi nila, kasi doon sa Bohol, ito yung wife ang naghawak ng pera. That is why, talagang gano'n sila. Mahal mapagmahal yung ano, kaya yung mga songs na, kung ikaw inday mangitag pamanhunon. Ako, Bisaya yan. Kung gusto mong hanap ng asawa, piliin mo yung bulanon. Ganun yun, lalaki. Kasi masunurin yung lalaki ng ano. But ang isang rationale naman doon is, ang lalaki ang humahawak, babae ang humawak ng pera. At normally doon, pag sinabing, Pedro, ayaw saglakaw. Mula ka kung aalis ka nga. Kung aalis ka, wala kang pagsabong bukas. O hindi naman hindi aalis yung lalaki. So isa yan, these are the part ng kultura ng ano yun. And you will find out na closely knitted yung family sa Bohol. Up to the second degree, nag-asawahan ba yan? Ano yung parental concern? Parental arrangement yon. So, pag hinahanap mo yung isang tao doon, madali mo lang matrace yung family tree. Sino bang pinakamalapit dito? So, by knowing people na who is respected in the family, so, alam mo na ngayon ang ruta. Alam mo na, either to the wife or to the relative. Kaya nga. So, ang ginagawa ko, go. Ang style ko lang naman, itugob yung listahan ng mga local officials natin na tumulong sa ano. Total mga tao mo naman tugob. Bahala ka na. Bahala ka na. Now, when you're dealing with them, ano, kailangan tactful ka. Kaya ako, palaging pag bibira ako ng ano ganyan, titirahin ko lang, pero para please. Kaya makita mo yung mga mayor, medyo panay ang labas, panay sigarilyo ng ano dyan. Nagbigay nga ng armalite yan sa ano, nung eleksyon. Medyo padapis na, kikita mo, mamulang-pula na lang yung mga ano, pero guilty yung mga iba ng ano dyan. Kaya nga, kailangan mo ng katulong. Why alienate them? Ibig sabihin, mas effective yung kabila kasi nasamahan niya eh. Di ba? Kaya nga, ang ating laban is winning the hearts and mind of the people. Yung ano ko kasi, habit ko na, every time darating ako doon sa airport, inobserbahan ko yung mga tao. Unang pupuntahan nila, pag ano, yung mapa ng Bohol, kung saan yung nakalagay yung mga tourist attractions. So ako naman, in my own humble understanding na I have a role to play, pupuntahan ko yun. Kausapin ko sila. Tapos, gentlemen, excuse me, lalo mga foreigner, good morning, I introduce myself, I'm General Gomez, I'm Colonel Gomez, sabi ko, the military commander of the island. May I help you? So, ganun lang. And I can remember some French national. Dumating siya, parang anisi. Aniso sa airport. So, nilapitan ko, Sir, good morning, excuse me, I'm General Gomez, the military commander of the island. May I help you? Oh, yes, I am in a hurry. I have a very limited time, but I would like to say the 100 islands of Bohol. 100 islands, but I don't know where to get the transportation. I don't know. So, kulang. Hindi siya nakaano dun sa information. Okay? Let me solve that for you. Anyway, I'm on my way to Chocolate Hills, to my camp there at Chocolate Hills. You might as well use my camp. I use my car, use my driver, I have my security as your guide. And then, but my promise to go back, don't worry. Use that and going to Chocolate Hills and then come back. I also was able to enter the group, was viewing or looking at the map of Bohol. I was able to address their problem, and then I was able to provide them necessary transportation, and I accompanied them to Chocolate Hills. What was the question then? Sir, are we safe in Bohol? Are there no NPAs in Bohol? Anong sagot ko? Gentlemen, ladies, I will assure you that you are the safest visitor of the province today. You know why? Because the military commander is with you today. So, isa lang yun, ano? Ay, that's also. So, inikot-ikot ko lahat sa mga, ano yun. Kabisado ko lahat yung mga, ano eh. Parang nasa, ano, ng palad ko na yung lahat yung mga favorite, areas na ito i-visit. Yung iba, hindi wala sa, ano. So, there are places of interest. So, tinatanong-tanong nila. Sabi ko, have you seen this, that? Wala. So, let me guide you. Sinamahan ko sila ngayon doon. Tuwang-tuwa sila. And then, bring them to hotels where it is cheaper. Their money they could spend. So, these are extra effort. If you are now at risk, unang tanong mo, is there war going on in the place or in the locality? Makita mo yun. So, one time, papalabas. Nakabalagbag agad yung M60 doon sa ano sa hindi APC, yung Simba ani kumando na rin. Yung Humvee, nakabalatbag. Tapos nakagaggles yung doon, nakatungtong sa taas, sa bayan ng Tagbilaran yun. Papalabas pa lang sa recipe namin, hinarang ko na. Sabi mo sa kanong, hindi ganito ang niyan. Ang gagawin mo, magsibilyan ka lang, magpuruntang ka, asal turismo.